Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Touchdown! Najee Harris, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Ball again on 2nd down. And the defense closes quickly there and will get maybe a yard to the 33. A tough season for them to this point, and here's part of the reason why. You see the injuries have left them shorthanded in prior weeks, and that's the case again here in this one.
Brandon, great teams can overcome injuries to keep their seasons on track, but sometimes even the great teams have injuries that are just too numerous, or they affect the wrong group of guys, the guys who actually lead their ball club, and it's just tough to get past them. This team struggling with that.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Carter.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They'll run with Carter.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was finished off by the rookie Breece Hall.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Newton. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run again with Harris. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Newton.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But
rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Harris, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
On third down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the 50, Newton. It's caught by Jackson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Alex Highsmith coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. He spins free. The quick feet by Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Out of the gun, they run with Carter.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They go play action now. Wilson.
This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
A give, Carter running right.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken in at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Cam's throw complete to Freiermuth.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Newton's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Newton.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Newton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Newton now to throw. Flush. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now here's another carry for Harris. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton.
Completion here to Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Play action. It's Newton. Right side caught by Jackson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Now Wilson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Alex Highsmith
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Off play action. Newton. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
John Franklin Myers able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And the Jets will take over. Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Newton. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll go option to the short side. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Steelers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw, Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Newton.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a three-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a three-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Carter straight ahead.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football. And now marker was in getting there.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Newton.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Newton. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Newton.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Throwing again is Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Newton. Caught on the slant. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deshaun Jackson from 8 yards out.
And the Steelers will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Throwing again on second down. Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore. Wilson to Moore there for a Jets first.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Wilson. Again, he finds Moore.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception.
And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
And there it is, Brandon, taking a knee. They get their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. And I remember when a 1-3 start meant you didn't even talk about going to the playoffs. Nowadays in the NFL, you still got a shot.
Yeah, and a big difference between 1-3 and 0-4.
I think they're going to practice really well next week.